I have started streaming.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's live session, and I'm going to be sharing my screen with you in a bit. Just give me a few seconds to share my screen. Present, great, share. Great, congratulations and welcome to the offboarding session of the SFBU Batch 3 Test Co. And I'm excited to be here today offboarding another set of, will I say, I won't call you aspiring anymore because you have actually come to the finish line. And we can then say all professionals or, early career though, but at least you have completed the journey of learning. And today we are going to celebrate and celebrate and celebrate. Of course, I still remain Dr. Aderinsola Adio Adekboju. And I'm excited today because, again, we have just finished acquiring the knowledge that can help us increase our income. So congratulations. And let's see. Let's quickly go through the agenda. This is not one of those offboarding that is going to take too much of our time. Here's the agenda of the day. Introduction. We are going to hear from you, and we are going to move on to skills application, other products that you can take advantage of in the academy. And again, let's hear from you generally. So it's a very short agenda that we have for the offboarding of today. So let's go right into it. First, we have officially completed our 6 weeks what's called technical school program. It is either you have completed it as a project manager, as a product manager, or as a content creator or social media manager. And in this 6 weeks, we have gone through 4 mentor-led workshops where we have used case study scenarios to practice different things that you might encounter in a workplace. You have been critiqued, you have been told this is good, this is not good, and all that across those mentor-led workshops. And we are here today to then say, okay, great. And I know some of you are saying, I've not even finished my course, I've not done this thing, but the good thing is you have 1 year access to the learning on this course. So please, if you know you're one of those that said, I've not even gone halfway on my, no worry, you are going to self-learn, you're going to self-pace, but it is important that you complete it in your own time. Please, 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 it is very, very key. You may not have followed the schedule of the academy, but please ensure you complete the learning, because if there's one thing I know, when you have a knowledge gap in a technical area, it is obvious. There is no two ways around it. You may use WFS knowledge to sell yourself to the employer, but the moment you enter and you lack technical expertise, whoever you are reporting to can tell, and you'll be out the door faster than you even got in. So don't be that person that will say, oh, because Dr. Adiri Salaz has taught me how to self-sell using WFS and all that, I can now go and package and sell, and you will lack technical knowledge. So it is very key that, please, if you know that you did not go through this program and you want to slap project manager or product manager or content creation social media manager at the back of your name, please, 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 I beg you, ensure you ground yourself in your technical field before you come and start selling yourself as such. Because I know right now I want to go on LinkedIn and celebrate and say, I'm not a project manager. Do you understand? Which is earned, as in, but I always say, please earn it before you own it. Don't own it before you earn it. People can tell when you get on the job, and you'll be having a very high churn rate, 1 month in, 2 weeks in, 1 week out, and you are wondering, oh, it's my village. It's not your village people. Technical work requires technical knowledge and expertise. Now, that being said, let's go to the third section where you say it is want to hear from you. Raise hand button. type in the comments and anything at all. We want to hear from you. Oh, I think I love this part of this facilitator, or I like this part of this course, or I don't, just whatever it is you would like to say at this offboarding session, please go ahead. The floor is yours. I would like to hear from, the different places. When I say the different fields, I would like to hear from you. In this particular segment of the offboarding session. And of course, we have our very first person, our own academic, Dr. Adegoke Adebayo. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all the new entry technical, will I say, technical skillers this time around. Am I audible, please, Doctor?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Yes. This just some few minutes ago, that's when I completed my whole exercise. That's
well done.
Thank you, but I'm here to turn in all my assignments. I've done it, but I'm here to turn them in because I'll still need to go back again. I have a guide. Let me tell, for the purpose of other listeners, I actually transcribed everything being said on a notebook myself. It is when I get to module 5 that I start using a software, and I paid for it. So that's when I start using a software. So from module 1, lesson 1, I tried transcribing everything and follow in, follow out. So when it get to a point when I couldn't do it, and I say, wow, this thing is hard. And I said to myself, what you told us, that this is what somebody did in university for 4 years. And I'm intending to do it for 6 weeks. So as you see, beyond just ordinary learning, this is just work and life together. Yeah. So I said, I will not rest. So when I rest, it's me that will call myself that I have the pending thing. Let me do it. I wake up in the middle of the night and do it and try to follow up the calendar. It has not been easy being a nursing father, working and, joining all manner of multiple things together. But, it's so thing of joy today that we are able to, some of us are able to finish. I understand that some will still be lagging behind, but they should not relent. They should try and finish the course, because it's not only rewarding, but the confidence and the joy that come with it. I actually started a course and I finish it. And you know one thing, when you finish this thing, when you finish this technical skill, we can tell, because I've gone through WFS. I can remember our facilitator always said it, that if you don't learn those skills, please go back. It's not in technical skill that will take you that one. You have to go back and learn those skills, because it will be useful here. It's not here that they will start teaching you how to use, how to do research, how to use Slack. We can't tell you how to do that here. You will have it's those skills that you will have acquired since and be using. So just like say, you just have to hold it before you earn it. So I say congratulations to all of us, and please don't rest on it. Doctor wants to see our testimony, and the joy is that the joy of it.
We are proud. I want to be collecting tithes from the dollars.
Exactly.
Local tithes.
Exactly. I even said, I wrote it somewhere. I said what I would do, like we used to do in my place of worship, that after you do this WFS, after 3 months, and you abide by everything that doctor told you, and you did not see anything, I will refund your money. That is what I'll be preaching to people that want to bring now. That after 3 months, you did WFSO and you did not gain work, and you did not learn anything. After 3 months, and you did it.
You did everything. And you implemented.
And you did not do it. I will refund your money. So congratulations to everyone of us.
Implement and not get results. That is just the thing.
It's not possible. Right. It's not possible. It's not possible. So thank you so much, Ma. We saw the vision that you actually building, and some of us saw it and we came to it because we know it's working. It's liberating a lot of people. So I'm glad to associate with this. I'm so happy. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you to you too, because I keep seeing your comments on Seller. In fact, when I see your comments, I screenshot it, I send it to the facilitator, I say, see. When I see your comment, I screenshot it, I send it to the facilitator, I say, see. Because why? It is key that I always say the work of a teacher, thank God you are in the academic space. So you will always say the work of a teacher is actually not rewarded in this earth because there's no absolute amount of there's I feel like knowledge is one thing that the dividend cannot end and you cannot retrieve it from someone. Like once it is given, you can't take it back. It's not one of those where I say I bought a product, I want to
Yes,
collect it.
do.
You can't
You
retrieve
can't do it. It's
retrieve it.
yours.
Yeah, it is yours for life. And it is one of those things that it keeps yielding dividend. Like there are some things that you learn, and when the time comes to now utilize this thing that I learned as it was even cheap. Just like you were talking about your email that you said, or your opportunity that you got into the
Yes,
design. That's this one.
yes.
The interview was just like a conversation that I had learned this on WFS, and it's just
Exactly. They've
like
taught
you
all
just
this one now.
this one. Do you understand this one? But there will be someone else that got into that same space that did not get the opportunity because of that small thing that or seemingly
Yes.
small thing that was inconsequential that the person never learned, and they will lose that opportunity that is worth thousands of dollars. So that's why I always tell people that you cannot quantify, you can't put a price on knowledge because when you want to know how much knowledge is, it is when you lose something because of lack of knowledge. Then you would know,
Exactly.
as in, I have suffered. Like you will really know that you have suffered because you didn't have that knowledge or information at that time. And I keep saying it's like it is not about knowledge that we display on a certificate, it's about actually having something really relevant stored in us that we can utilize and apply at any time. Any knowledge that we have not imbibed and embodied that we can translate into real life stuff, it is not knowledge. Because any knowledge that you have to go and prove, like in take a paper certificate to say it is knowledge, it is not useful. Like as at that point, you have not embodied it, you are not utilizing it. And that is how we were trained at the university, where we say la cram la pour. Like so
La
in the
crown la
actual
pour.
sense,
No
what
impact.
you can't remember, how will you utilize? And that is the difference. And that is why I keep saying that, please, even if you don't finish when you're supposed to finish, my most important goal is employability. And for employability to happen, the knowledge has to be imbibed and embodied and used, not crammed and poured. I don't care about if you did 100% your assignment. I care about if you can actually apply the technical thing in real life scenarios, which is why I kept saying, please come to the live workshop. Be critique. Feel bad after the critique. Trust me, you will not be critique by the time you know how to do it and you get on the job and somebody is giving you accolade. All your critique, collect it now so that we are actually on like know exactly this is right, this is not right when we get on the radio. So thank you so much for all your comments. I see it. We appreciate it that you give that feedback always on your seller. Thank you so much. You are one of our, what's it called, our star alumni. You are, of course, even a Sheena and all that, and one of our greatest ambassadors. So thank you so much. God will bless you. God bless you so much. Before I forget, please, Doyin Salah will go next, then Bartholomew, but I need to ask a favor. So the United Nations Youth and Skills Day is on July 15 next week, and the MasterCard Foundation has written to iTrain Africa requesting a video recording from 3 people to celebrate that day on their own end. And I know Kingsley wrote about it yesterday. It's pretty urgent. They need that video by July 7th morning. And there are 3 people we really need to get. You may be in this room, or you may know a student who is in your batch that maybe a WFS badge fits into that criteria. So please, if you are, there are 3 major things. You are a rural youth, meaning you classify yourself as you've gone through WFS and you live in a rural space and you're under 35. That's a youth according to the African Charter. Please, we beg you, it's just a short 1-minute video. It's a they've already, like, it's just 3 questions you need to answer. Which program did you take at iTrain Africa? How did it change you, like this thing, and what's your limitations, as in how did you being able to access it? That's why you stay in a rural area, change things for you. Something as basic as that. We need that short video, a high resolution picture of that person, their name and their age. So that is a criteria they've given to us. So if it is you that you are listening to me, that in fact they need 3 categories of video. The first person is from a rural youth. The second person is from somebody living with disability, and the third person is a displaced person. Um, a displaced person. Maybe you are displaced because of conflict. You are displaced because of divorce shenanigans, and basically, if you classify yourself as a displaced person, 3 people basically: rural youths, challenged physically, or not physically, like it could just be like your disabilities in one way or the other, whatever, just challenge. And the third one is displaced. If you fall into that category, we really, please, you could just if you identify as any of those 3, you can just send us a WhatsApp, an email, or whatever if you need assistance in exactly what you need to do. Please, 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 if it is you, if it is somebody that you know in your batch, we will really, really appreciate it, so we can send this thing and they can use it. They can spotlight it. Of course, they will tag I think they will ask for the person's social media pages. They will tag you and all those stuff in that. So thank you. God bless you as you, help us amplify this through the United Nations Youth Celebration Day, which is coming up on July 15, which is next week, but the videos need to get to them by July 7th. Thank you. Now, doing solar, let's go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and fellow learners. So I'm from the product management class, and I really want to appreciate this opportunity given to me as an individual. Right. So yes, I did FS, rather than WFS, which is nice. I'm about 3 lessons in the last module of the product management course. So 3 lessons to go in the last module. And I have about 3 more assignments to turn in. I really want to commend the facilitator. He did well. So the first module, after watching the fundamentals, I had to go and look for her on LinkedIn, sent her a request, introduce myself, that I'm in the product management class, thank her for the knowledge, and I said I'd like to learn from her. And she accepted, so that one for me was like, okay, I have somebody I'm following in this product management journey, And so for me, I work in an academic environment. I am not a faculty member, but I'm an admin staff, like a support staff for the students and faculty, So I felt like at the beginning I was contemplating product, project, content. And I knocked out some and I stick to product because I felt like in my place of work, I think I'm doing more than a program manager. So we call it program manager where I work. I'm doing end to end. And this feels like, this is much more than a program manager. So let me do product management. So in going through the product management, at some point I'll just scream to myself and say, yes, this is what I'm doing in my organization. And I didn't know that it's an element of product management. So when we started when I got to the lesson of feedback, and feedback to improve product, I was so excited. And I started mapping out how I'm going to improve the program I manage in my place of work. Yes, you get a lot of feedback, but I don't use it for anything. You just distribute faculty take and nothing actively going on in improving the product. But from that product management part, it was really an eye-opener for me. And then linking this design thinking from WFS to product management class, it was a mind-blowing experience. And then at my place of work, I was enrolled in a design thinking class. So the things were just flowing like this. I'm like, asking more, in my mind. And then as they were also teaching us, I was able to validate many things. So this is why And Dr. Davis said, why? I keep asking why, you know? And then all the empathizing, and I'm seeing that, yes, I empathize a lot with my students in class. They give me feedback, but they're not seeing that improvement in the program based on the feedback they have given, you know, in the previous time. So I started seeing a way of even using my particular work as a portfolio for product management. And then in the group, the live workshop and the meeting we've had, all the feedback, right, the criticism, they really hit me hard. I'm a very emotional person. Sometimes after the criticism, I cry, and I'm like, oh, this is really hard. But in all of that, I saw that was making me to go back to all of those questions and say, you need to do more about this and do it now as the feedback has been given, especially the last one, that tax master project. You use it as portfolio. And yes, so many things are just flying in my head. Whenever I stay at work and I'm thinking about the program I'm managing, I'm thinking about this course, I'm writing down many ideas, I'm writing down many things. And at some point, I got overwhelmed that which one will I even start first? They're doing this program is exposing you to many things. But I'm grateful. So now, once I finish the course, I still need to go back, like Dr. Aderinsola said. I am sorry, Dr. Dave. Yes, Adebayo. I have 2 notebooks for this product management, and I keep writing and writing, and I've not stopped writing. So I have the notebook because I know that after 1 year, I won't have access to the course again. So I have a notebook that I will always have access to for the rest of my life, right? And I have, so when we are being taught and we are shown like models or diagram, I just screenshot it and keep. This is the diagram for this, and screenshot, so that in future, when I'm looking for templates, I know that I've been shown that particular template, and I can always do my own work in accordance with that template. I'm so grateful. It's a big, I'm looking forward to earning a lot of dollars eventually, you know, from all of this. But I know it will take practice. It's not 1 month, it's not 2 days practice. And I also thank our student success leader, Mr. Kingsley. So in the last, not class, now what do we call the live workshop? He was advising someone in the program management course about continuous improvement. So that has really helped me a lot to go online and check groups in product management, join them on Slack where they give some assignment. And I'm just seeing that, okay, these are things that can help me also build my portfolio. Just keep practicing and practicing so that when I'm ready to apply and they say, what have you done? I will not just be speaking technical jargon. I'll have something to show. I've designed this, I've done this. So I'm really very grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your this thing. And you know, when you were talking about the design thing now, just smiling as I just thought about it, that the first time anyone gets exposed to design thinking, they say, no wonder, as in people that think deeply like this. So it's actually a methodology, like ability to, you know, most people will say, oh, this is wisdom, as in that kind of thing. But I said you can actually learn how to think that deep because it's actually a methodology. And I always tell people you cannot actually learn design thinking, the sense of learn design thinking cannot be your depth of wisdom will be deep because you are now more logical, more in business school, like in the business schools, they call it systems thinking. That is what they call it, systems thinking. If you're in an MBA class, so you begin to think in a better way for everything you are handling. And people are saying, oh, so in fact, even in organizations, when their people get to like a certain management level, they send them for design thinking course. You need to be able to think strategically, which is why in a product course, it is embedded. Why? Because you cannot be a products person is an entrepreneur. Like you need to be able to think ahead of if this product, how will I sell it? How will it go to market? Who is my company? Like your depth of thinking cannot be negotiable, which is why design thinking is a major part of a product, any product program. Like you must think deeply when with this product tank, the product new line, you think about everything. Like Sekina said the other day that, look, it's just fancy name, but you're saying you're using to say you're a product manager. You are an entrepreneur. You are only you are an intrapreneur. Let me put it that way. You are not an entrepreneur that is owning the business, but you own a product within the business, technically. Like that is who you are. So you need to think from start to finish, from like end to end of the product. And that is which is why design thinking is highly useful in your course. And when you mentioned that you went to look for Ivy on this, then that's how Ivy is. Ivy is one of those very supportive humans that I've met in my life. Like, she's just one of those people you would like to have in your corner. She's so supportive. Like, Ivy is that support. She's such a supportive human, as in, for lack of, like, I feel like if the world had more of her, the world would actually be a better place. If he is such a supportive person, that is all I can say. It's hard for us to correspond now because of the hours of difference between us. She's in Australia and all that stuff. So I have to be strategic. If I chat at night, it's already home midnight. And fun fact, through creation of that course, it was really, really hard because her lining on time, she would give it to me, she would drop voice note when I'm sleeping, I will have to drop when she's sleeping and all those things to say this, da, 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 da. But she ensured she was able to still deliver and everything. And that I said, for her, because if it is about the money, she won't create that course. As in, that's just the truth. It is, that I say, a teacher's reward is not, it cannot be paid. That's just the truth of the matter. That's just the truth, because I keep saying it that if somebody is working as a product person, the person with an experience has capacity to earn 10K. So how much you want to pay someone? You would definitely not pay 10K for them to even create a course. I'm just saying, do you understand what I'm saying? That it's just people who teach. Is only God that can reward them, because it's not a fully paid job. It's just, okay, take something. So I used to appreciate you and say thank you to you, because it's not a fully paid job, because you are teaching people what has a capacity to get them 10K in a month. So how much can you possibly collect? And I'm saying in a month. So even if that means, even if somebody charges you 10K to learn product management, you did not lose. Because if you teach me and I have the capacity to earn 10K in a month, probably in the next 6 months, I used to gain this thing. What it means is it's only my 1 month salary I paid you, technically, as in, even if it is a $10,000 kind of course. That is what it means. Like, do you know? And I'm just saying, like as I keep saying, that teaching people what can actually get them to have such income is an unpaid job. It's just take to say, okay, for the small efforts, that's all, not for the knowledge itself. So thank you for letting us know how this has changed, certain level of thinking and I cannot wait for you to actually start this thing. Of course, in the next slide where we start to talk about skills application, I will say some extra things regarding how you then start and start to progress in the different career paths. But until then, thank you so much for speaking at this Offboarding. Let's hear from our Liberian brother, Bartholomew Appiah.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon, Brother Kingsley and all iTunes staff. I am very grateful for the technical skill program. Specifically, I'm from the project management department. Looking at the project management course, I have friends who are doing master's degree in the same course. But you see, you find out that they are studying is just wondering. It's not straight to the point. There are a lot of things they can tell you that, oh, we are learning this, but you ask them tangibly, they can't produce, oh, that one we have not done it. But they are learning the topics, reading a lot of things. But you can see this complex program is straight to the point and value delivery course outline. It's very impactful. In fact, from my experience with the WFS, as soon as this was about to start, I begin to organize myself to give this one more time because you enlighten us first that this one is going to be tougher than the basics. However, I encounter a lot of challenges. My time schedule, sometimes I'm not even available around to study. I study from module 1 up to module 5, along with the 6 and the 7. But within that space, I have learned a lot of things. And you can see the course is well structured. It hit deliverables that is valuable. Because you look at the project life cycle from initiation, it covers completely. It comes to planning, it covers completely. It's not like picking a topic here, you jump, you go here, you come back again. No, you finish everything with all the deliverables, all the documentation, everything complete. So even if you cover only initiation in that model, you'll be able to initiate a project. You go to planning, it follows systematically.
Yes.
You go to execution, follow. You go to control, follow. And you can see the tasks. Oh, it's amazing. The facilitator is amazing. The course is well packaged together because you can see all the tasks allow you to utilize whatever has been taught in the models, and they align systematic one after the other. You see the deliverables that you ask to deliver. Everything actually help you to bring out the hidden and the intricacies within the modules. So even if you have not studied it well, you have not internalized well, doing the task will help you to go and review it and help you to bring out, dish everything that have been taught within the model. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. And I'm so grateful. And to me, the learning continue. Not just when the actual class close, it continue because you need to study. So I told some of my class, I sent a group chat that I want this, our group study we should have a well-organized group study that at least we can have 2 times. We'll meet as a project team and discuss. We'll pick this model. If this week we'll pay the fundamentals, the following week we'll meet, we'll pick the until we complete from end because, some of our mates have not been able because of their work schedule, they have not been able to come far. Okay. And then we can start from the fundamental, coming, initiation, just like that. We'll finish, we'll discuss the deliverable, everything until we get to the end. We'll make sure that as a group, everybody will do well in the course. Everybody will be able to practicalize whatever has been taught. I suggest to some of them, so we are still deliberating it, that we can have our group study continue within the 1 year space that we still have access to the course, that we can still study behind the line. So I'm so grateful. The course is very impactful. And I learned a lot, and I'm still learning. So I want to tell I2 in Africa, thank you for such course that have been put out. That it is not taking you 2 years to study within a period of six weeks. The course have been arranged that way for us. I'm very grateful. And looking at the foundation, the WFS foundation, the things that we learn also has also helped a lot. That I'm able to navigate my way through. Using of tools. Because when this one started, under the fundamental, the facilitator mentioned that some of the tools that were needed. So I list all the tools down and I began to search for every tool to study them. Yes. Only tool that I knew was Microsoft Project is what I've been using because in the construction industry is what we can use most. I heard of Trello, but I have not given it up. But because of this, I have to go for Trello and start studying. I have to go for Jira and start studying. The Airtable was taught in the class, so I pay attention to Airtable very well. Okay, then I went for other ones, Basecamp, and start studying because I knew you said something that I can't teach you everything about the tool. I can show you how to use it, but you have to go and study how to use the tool because the one who manufactured the tool can show you every secret. So I pick it and I wrote down all the tools separately. So I have time that I go and check for the tools and begin to study them. Check for the tools, find videos and begin to study them. So that I can use the tools when the facilitator get there. So, use this tool for this. I'll be able to know how to use them. And that's what I did. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a course.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that feedback, Bartholomew from Liberia. Because I remember you at the beginning of this program that you had said, oh, you had been following me on LinkedIn for a while. You just used to look. And I remember that particular conversation. You were like, okay, let you try, actually get onto the program. What it was. But I even remember, I think it was in a clarity session that you asked those questions and I, talked about it. Then you enrolled on the program. So it gladdens my heart that you are speaking about this, about the project management program. And something that you said stood out for me when you said that you have friends that are doing masters in project management and they are talking about it knowledgeable. But then you ask them, can you do this? Can you do this? They cannot do it, but they know terminologies. But terminology will not get the work done. No, uncle, you need to be able to do the work breakdown structure for a project, small projects, SME relatable projects. Do this thing, let's do this thing. You will see them start to struggle because what they know is terminologies and all those things. They can't actually think through the sequence of projects from beginning to the end. They can't think through it. And that I keep telling people, because sometimes people say, what is the difference between your program? I've taken a project management course. If I say, please, let's be clear. If you come to Skill for Work Academy, global employability is the focus. And the only thing that can hand you global employability is doing, meaning, can I get it done? I do not care if you know all the jargons of terminologies in project management, whatever it is that you think you've done. If you cannot convert it to deliverables, like you kept saying, deliverables, you have not done anything. Don't go, because I say whenever we are teaching at the academy, we are a remote first, we are a digitally forward academy, meaning that I should be able to teach someone and they can work remotely. Because when you work remotely, you are not supervised. Like you are not looking at someone, like you are not shadowing someone. You have to be able to do the work. And whenever Africans are complaining, I cannot get remote, I say, you know why you cannot get remote work? What you know is knowledge, or what you know is in your head. You cannot deliver. You can't deliver. And if you can't deliver, you cannot do remote job. Because a remote job is they give you the work, only you will be in your house, you'll be doing it. If you cannot do it, you cannot do it. There's nowhere to hide. In a remote job, there's nowhere to hide. It has to be delivered to the value and standard that this thing. So thank you so much for, when you said, people are studying masters in project management and they can't get it because you're asking them, guy, can you do this one? Okay. And another thing you said that stood out for me was in the arena, you said that the curriculum was well designed and arranged in a manner that one thing was leading to the next thing. Even if it is only one module you can do, you can beat your chest and say, I can initiate a project. Even if it is only 2 modules, you say, I can initiate and plan a project, identify the risks, do all that successfully, even if it is only 2 that you can do. Because from the get-go, from week 1, we will say, oh yeah, this scenario, we taught you this, initiate. We taught you this, plan. We taught you this, execute. Like you will have something to use to. So even if it did not stick while you were watching, by the time you start to think through it and discussing your executions, you will go back to it and go and look at it. And I remember because even the courses I did not teach on this program, like which is project management and product management. For products, for instance, I am very, very knowledgeable around products because I'd used that. I'd learned it at Unleash Innovation Lab. I've used it to work internationally, but I still chose not to teach it because I'm not that corporate. But one of the things that helped me in this academy is the fact that I was the curriculum developer. Let me put it that way. And I kept re-emphasizing, like, I remember when I was designing project curriculum, I said, oh yeah, sit down with the project person. Let's look through this thing. And the person said, oh, I could start. I said, no. When you need to teach well, you need to combine theory and practical. From the education space, the person needs to have knowledge, fundamentals. From the practical state, which is a professional, you need to have practicality. So for every facilitator we brought, most of them are not academics, they're not tutors, so they don't understand the theoretical part, as in not that they don't understand it, but you know how when you are working on the field for so long, you may not even remember the fundamentals. You don't remember it because you are doing it on the field for so long. You don't think through the fundamentals anymore. But I had to tell them, I said, this is a beginner-friendly academy. I said, so even if you've been on the field, you've been doing a decade of work, we need to go back to the fundamentals because that is where people start from. And I remember our current facilitator, Bumi, was saying, Doc, but I said, yes, which is why we are doing this curriculum development with me guiding you because of my curriculum development expertise. You will do this for me. And I remember I had to sit through his fundamental module. And I said, this particular module, this lesson in fundamentals, this is the outcome I want from it. This is how I want the student to feel. This is how it should be delivered. Through every lesson in module 1, I said, okay, now I get it. And the moment he recorded the first lesson, we'll come back and say, look at it. Did you say, yes, this is this? We give feedback, like feedback immediately. And it's not just about the content. It's about, if this was a student that has never heard this, will the person relate? Do you understand? Will the person relate? I need you to put yourself in the place of a beginner. And that is why it's, when people get people like, your program is kind of different. We could go to another academy and they are teaching the same initiation, whatever, but the delivery is different. I said, because we thought through who was going to get on this program and the end goal. We thought of a beginner and the end goal is that that person must be able to work in a remote first environment. So that guided our approach. If you remember, there was a particular Airtable lesson that it was Zainab Adio that recorded it. It was intentional. Why? She was a beginner, let me put it that way, at that level, who had just started to work in a remote-ready project management. Note, she was a beginner in remote project management. She had done project management in the construction space on site. Do you understand? But she then needed the remote first project management. So I said, okay, do it for my institution. Let me see how you get through that first phase of getting integrated. And she just kept saying, oh, I found this arc. Airtable, I found this arc. So I made sure that it was a beginner that recorded it in such a way that if you're a beginner, you're getting to a distance. That is, I need you to see the insights from a beginner's level. And I went back to her that, please, can you record this lesson for me? So that we add it to the lesson and a beginner can relate to how you are navigating being a project manager in a remote first environment, working in a space where they have limited cash or limited resources to waste. For instance, you mentioned that you work in a construction site, they can afford Microsoft this thing. Of course, Microsoft this thing is plenty money. If you were a project manager in a smaller organization that doesn't even have resources to pay for all this high project management this thing, how will you navigate it? And that was why we recorded that Airtable video. Till now on my team, I Train Africa team, we use Airtable, the free version, for our project management. Until we outgrow that, we can no longer use the free ones for what we need to use it for, before we now say, yeah, let's go and find a paid one. And that is how a project manager should think. Resource allocation and management. Don't come and start saying, oh, buy me Trello, buy me Monday, buy me, just because it is not the number of tools you can use that proves you to be a great project manager. It is how you can actually use what you have to execute the project for whoever your stakeholder is. That actually proves your expertise. Let me put it that way. Not this. And that is what I see most of these other academies do. When they are selling courses, they're always concerned about Trello, Monday, Asana, Jira, this, and I'm like, hold up. That is not what project management is. It's beyond tools. It's getting projects done, and tools are just to support you in execution. It is not the work itself. So thank you so much for all the things you pointed out. And those are the things I picked from what you said in terms of the first one, people who are doing it and they can still execute. The second one about you exploring tools on your own to see, okay, how can I then use this one? And of course, the last thing that you mentioned around the curriculum arrangement. Thank you so much. God bless you. Now, Oluwatoyin Shuleye, the first person that got into this meeting. Azizat, where are you? You disappeared.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I really want to appreciate you. My case is I came, I saw, and I conquered. Actually, I've been looking for something like this, a program like this, and on a good day, I was just on the Facebook just scrolling up. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to change for 2025, and then I came across the VFS, and it was just exactly what I wanted because I had to read through. I saw the short video and everything, and I quickly went for it. And then after the WFS, I had a wonderful time. But I told myself, I was still half baked. That was not what I wanted. As in, that was not the limit. I just don't want to get stuck at that place and begin to feel that I've arrived. So I needed to do the technical class. But I asked myself, I was in a fix. I remember there was a time, I think I actually sent a message to you. You said I should do personality test. I did that. And I sent to you. And in the personality test, you said with my personality, you suggest content creation or whatever. But I said, that's not what I want. I've always wanted to do projects. And I was kind of confused between project and product because I got this 3 MPT, this 3 MTT that government is doing for product management. I've not even started as of now. I've not even touched it because I just wanted to concentrate on the project management. And honestly, I am not disappointed in any way. It has been a smooth ride for me. This is just exactly what I've been looking for all the while. And I am very grateful to you. I just want you are a walking knowledge, a mobile walking knowledge. God has so endowed you. You just know the right button to press to help other people to grow. And I can only say God will bless you. Thank you so much, Doctor. And thank you for all the team members that are working with you. And for my best facilitator, Mr. Gumire Komi, I just want to say God bless you too. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Another person for project management. It's funny how it's like you people, the first two people that spoke, that's Madibaya and this were from products. The next two people, which is you and Bartholomew, are from projects. So it gladdens my heart that we are actually getting that kind of feedback and saying the course was sale for you despite you being a technical beginner in this area. Thank you so much for all the wonderful feedback that you are giving us about whether it's the structure and all that. And thank you for that compliment that you has about being a working knowledge. I think I embrace my journey in the sense that I keep seeing it. I feel like God prepared me for such a time. There was a time that I was feeling like I wasted my time just going the academic route first and ending up here. But what I realized that keep growing this academy, I say, there's quite a number of, especially when I started doing curriculum development with facilitators, I was like, oh, wow, I had no idea that professionals are not seeing the academic angle. They didn't see that academic fundamental angle from my side. They didn't see it, but I could see it because I had been in that space and I understand the pedagogy of learning. Like I understand the science of learning beyond just trying to, you could want to teach somebody skills, but if you don't go through the science of learning, you may lose them, meaning you want to teach them a skill, but you don't teach them the why of the skills first and the fundamentals of the skills. You will lose them in the course of the program. You will realize that you keep mentioning things like certain terminologies in the program, and you would assume that they knew it at the beginning, but they didn't know it, and it changes everything throughout the course of that program because they still don't understand what you're talking about, and they would have gotten to module 5 because we skipped the very fundamentals and everything. And I think that is, I embrace my journey and embrace my gift in terms of that after as I started engaging facilitators, because one of the things we did, Zainab is here. Thank you so much. Zainab is my operations person, project person, and she's the one that went through that process of trying to recruit when we decided to, have a redo of the curriculum and this of project. She went through that thing. We interviewed, we interviewed facilitators, listened to them, and we analyzed critically. This one no, this one will not do the job of helping students to learn. They were all qualified project-wise, but we looked beyond that to get the right facilitator. But thank you so much, and God bless you. Now we have Aziza, one of our star, and this thing again. Aziza, please go ahead.
Doki, thank you. Well, well, my thanks goes to Almighty God that made me meet you on that Friday. And you have really impacted my life. Thank you. And the special shout out to our facilitator. He is the best. I probably said, okay, well, but maybe I said a lot and everyone has said a lot, but I want to especially appreciate Mr. Bumi Oyekomi. He made it very simple because it was going to be a very difficult task if he had not provided a kind of a template and examples to say, okay, this is how you do it, this is this, and he really made it so well. Thanks to him. And to our team members too, they are great people, When you have a kind of like team that work together, they want the best for ourselves, and everybody is looking out for each other. I'm glad. And I will say thank you to our team too. And being involved in several projects in the non-governmental organization, our kind of project management is very different from what the norm is. So when I enrolled into this program, I was like, I've been a project manager. What is the essence of doing this project management again? But I was like, better try it. There's nothing doctor brings out that you not be of quality. Just try it out. And I realized, why are you always talking about it, doctor? Did you not pay you? But you pay for the course and she's rendering. I said, no. I guess I paid for it and she's rendering. But when it's just like you go into a restaurant and buying a good food. And when you now eat that food, it satisfies your taste buds, you are fueled, and that is why I am very, very thankful to doctor. You know the skill, the science and that methodology. And I will look forward to discussing with you about a next product we could develop on this iTrain Africa. I foresee something. So thank you, iTrain Africa. Thank you, doctor. Thank you to all our team members. You've made learning so wonderful. Shout out to Mr. Bumi. You are the best thing ever. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'll ensure that we clip this out for Bumi and send it to him for him to post on his LinkedIn to collect his flowers and everything. We'll clip that out and send it to him. Thank you so much.
I've been hearing.
Oh, he's here. I didn't know. I was looking for him in the comment section. I was just like, is he here? Is he here? But I was like, we'll make sure we clip it and say, I didn't even know you were here listening. Can you imagine? That's so nice. Maybe it is. Okay, please, Bumi, you have the floor. Because there's no other hand that is raised at this point. Please, I'm listening. So please go ahead and receive your flowers in person.
All right, thank you so very much, everyone that has spoken so far. Well, Doc, I think I was still, whatever you want to send, please still send. It's quite important. But thank you very much, for just opening up yourself to this. I mean, Doc would have done all the work, engaged just on board, and then if you guys didn't receive it, it should just be bad. So thank you for receiving it as it came and then making the most of it, which I know we will still do make the most of it. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you. So it just prompts us to believe that we can do more, and then I want to say to every one of us that have gone through this course and trainings, you become the ambassadors for iTrain Africa. Take the word out there, and then keep spreading, the word. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Doc. Thank you to the team members. Thank you to the students and all the facilitators. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bumi, for that humble acceptance of your flowers. And thank you so much. I can't thank you enough because, like I said, it is one thing to have a vision. It is one thing to have people that can execute the vision. That's another thing. And like you were listening, I remember when we were trying to recruit to record this thing, I remember I told you then, it's not because we didn't have project. I just don't like the delivery. Simple and short. Like I said, program memory can be the same thing, it's the same methodology, but the delivery is what makes it unique, because there's no point having a delivery that the students can really grasp the concepts of this thing. And that was why for me it was very, very key that we like the person who delivers it can translate the vision into what we really wanted it to be. And that's why I remember the very first video you submitted to us, I was like, I like that energy. I like the energy in the video, because it is hard enough to learn in your house, in remotely, like you're not in class, there's nobody supporting you. So if the facilitator cannot translate energy into the video, I'm not having it. I have to see energy in the video, because it helps the learner to want to stick around till the end of the program. And you definitely delivered that for me. I kept mentioning that there is no amount of money that we can use to reward whoever teaches. It can never be enough, because you are technically shaping lives to even earn what they can imagine they would have been able to learn. So we can't thank you enough. Trust me, your plague is still coming. It's still coming. That is in the works, but I want to say a very big thank you to you for joining us on this. Of course, you are still going to be here because we are going to host plenty batches together. You are still going to be here for future batches, and we cannot wait to host, like, let me say, a facilitator and alumni meetup kind of stuff. We are definitely going to be part of that event. I feel like this is the beginning of bigger things for us all. As students, as facilitators, as vision carriers and everything, I believe that this is someday we will all be doing like a 10 years anniversary and referring back to this days of, just us being very small here and talking about this. Thank you so much. May God bless you for delivering value to everyone who joined the project management program in this batch. Thank you. God bless you. Let's hear from Anastasia. I think she's in content. Anastasia, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, our person from Mozambique, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Doctor, I'm here to give my thanks, even though it has not been easy. Oh, I miss my days in the WFS because that was well coordinated for me. I had all the time in the world. I was able to follow that part very well. But yeah, this one, it has not been easy for me this time. But then we cannot ignore the fact that you did your job, just like in WFS. I've only gone through 2 modules. Module 1 and 2 is what I can beat my chest and say, yeah, I have gone through this. But other ones, I just paraphrase for the homework and try to just do it and be going. And then during our onboarding, you said something that life will come, this will happen, that will happen. You might not have the time. And then when it happened to me, I was like, oh, doctor was actually talking to me. Because I lost my brother 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
So it threw me off. Just battling to come up to say, but I couldn't hold it. But I said, since the course is with me, don't worry. You will have time to pull through. But I don't want to stay back and say, because I didn't have time, that you did not do your job. No, it's like the content people we are lacking behind. Especially, we were not coordinating. I don't even know, like, up to 4 persons in my group. We had no time to coordinate like those of the WFS. We had our own time to chat. We had separate meetings to do our stuff. It was fun during the WFS. But this one, everyone is just busy. Like, says it's hard skill. So all of us are just scattered. But the first person that spoke said their group were doing fine. But I want to ask my own group that we can still do it. We still have the time. We still have the time. We can still make it happen. I know that the work is already done. Doctor did her part. Everything I know is fine. It's just that we had no time to follow the work the way it was. We have not gotten much out of it. I know the 2 have done. For me, I know, doctor, I told you that when I'm done with you guys, you will know. You will know that somebody came. And I know many people are looking up to me, but I don't want to fail them too, because a lot are looking up to say, hey, you are the first. Go on, let's see how you go. And I tell them, don't worry. I will put people in the spot. You must see me working. They'll be like, have you gotten work? I said, don't worry, I'm still working on myself. I don't want to get any. I want to be ready for this job. You know, after leaving the workforce for a long time, it's not easy for me to coordinate, but I'm already on the limelight, you know. Like in the this I saw the internship. I really want to apply for that internship because that's what I need. Because our last project when we were presenting, you said we are just giving you theory. That you need us to go from the sense of the field work. And I was like myself, you stopped working a long time. How are you going to go get this for doctor for her to see that you can do it? That was the part I'm missing, doctor. So I want to apply for that internship. I hope I get it because I know that's what they just said there is exactly what I need to grow. You know. So I said I will apply for this internship, and from there I will tell Doctor, I will write to her personally that yeah, I am ready to make her proud the most big. I'm still on that. I promised on my spotlight then, and I'm still working on it. It might take time, but I will really make it. Here, I will tell you. You will hear about it. So don't be disappointed on us. We didn't do much as content group, but we're still going to do that.
Don't worry, as in we have different paces of learning. So trust me on that one. I know, like eventually when you finish, you would again. I keep saying it. I'm a very thorough teacher. So what somebody we call depths, I call it surface. Right. Sometimes when I employ labor and they come and they say, their experience, their expertise, they are, talking and singing their own praises about how they are doing well. And when they come in, they realize they don't know anything. So for me, it's always about the depth. For instance, when I was teaching you content, I wasn't teaching you content from let's create content. So someone can say, we created 10 content, they had something 10,000 impressions. I always say you create content that does not help the person sell. Is that one content? So my metrics for judging things is different because again, I'm someone who's been an entrepreneur for a long time, for instance, in content. So I know the full thing of a content should be content marketing. Can it help the person deliver results? If it doesn't, the remaining things you are doing is just populating Excel sheets and doing fine designs. Fine design does not equal core messaging of content. Core messaging has to come before fine designs. It is when the message is right, then you can now make it aesthetically pleasing. So do not worry, even if it is module 1 and 2 you have done, you have access to the course. And like you said, even if it is not everybody you carry along, because again, there has to be willingness. So just find 1-2 people that you know that, we still want to get the best out of this program. Form a group on it and agree to a specified time weekly to actually, do group discussions together and execute. And I like that idea of internship. As you execute, make sure that those opportunities that we are dropping into this thing, you actually take it, apply for it, execute, practice, and build a portfolio. Because once you're able to do that, you would find things. There is a shortage of, content creators or technical writers in the market. Just make sure you start from a place where it is like an internship so that you can build some confidence before you come and start doing some stuff. So do not worry. No, I'm not disappointed at all because I remember your story around being out of the workforce here. So it is hard to get back. It will take you more time. During the course of testing of WFS, we had someone like you on the program who had been out of the workforce for 7 years. She took a career break, had a child and all those things. So 7 years. So she was part of our testing, Sandra. She was part of our testing when we were in the testing phase for the academy that time. So we basically understood how long did it take her to reintegrate into the job market. For someone like that, it may take them a longer time, yes, because I remember, I think she joined us in January of that year, and she technically reintegrated, like, let me say, almost 10 months into the, this thing. But did she reintegrate? Yes. So for some, it will take them 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. But one thing is, everybody that we tested on, their reintegration was under 1 year, which is fine. Do you understand? Because we all have different where we are coming from that will help us say we are getting there faster than this thing. But the point is, 1 year reintegration time is not a bad thing. So do not put unnecessary pressure on yourself. It is me that tested the curriculum, and I can tell you categorically, these are the things we experience with reintegration. There are some that took 7 months, there are some that took 3 months because of their level. They don't have bukata, meaning they don't have family, they're not responsible for anybody, they are not working, somebody is feeding them, they just finished university. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so their metrics are different. That one now, 3 months, they don't learn. Few, they don't, do you understand? But someone that has a child to cater for, that has family pressuring, you have this life happening to you, you would slow down. Accepting that this is where I am and my pace will be slower is a good thing. So that you don't pressure yourself into saying, but this person, that person is not you. You don't have the same dynamics. So well done. And
Thank you.
And I'm so sorry about your brother. May God grant him rest. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, Rafiat.
Good evening, Doctor. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
All right. I'm from Content Creation Group 2. Right now, I'm even shy. Yes. We are your babies, but I'm shy. I'm shy because it's just like Anesthesia said. It wasn't like WSF. When we were doing WFS, I was very into it. All the assignments done at the right time. I joined the class. In fact, I be the team lead. But this time around, like you said, life is life in us. So we accept it that way. And thank you. We've picked at least one or two insights from one of the project manager students said, or a graduate now, let me call him that way. That's they usually they have a group already where they go over the courses and they practice everything together. So I'm ready to work with Anastasia in that context too, so that we can go over it again and we will be able to have a discussion and do all our life projects works that we've missed. I was only able to attend only one life project, and that life project, she did very well. In fact, as at that time, I have not even started my content creation study law at all. So she briefed us about what we're supposed to do and we're able to do it. But surprisingly, what we thought we did very well, doctor just came and gave us serious criticism. Then I knew we've not started. But thank you so much. You've addressed almost all our problems. And thank you for encouraging us. We love your energy. We love you too. And we're sure going to make you proud. We are so sorry for not doing very well this time around.
No problem. Thank you so much, Rafiat. It is the willingness that counts. And like I said, do not take my criticism too far or too basically, because again, I am someone who strives for excellence. So you'll be surprised you go to another place and they're saying, oh, wow, they're whining like Irene, like this person is good. But one of the things I always say is, if an intern leaves my place, Ganiya, who handles the iTrafficker Foundation for me on a day-to-day basis, something happened recently. Ganiya only learned a part of that entire content and digital marketing stuff. She basically specializes on program listing, but because she has knowledge around it. And Ganiya was able to point out the mistakes in the work of a professional digital marketer just by what she learned. In that, that was not a core, but basically, the way you had to learn, generally listening, she could spot the errors, in the work of a so-called experienced digital marketer within minutes. So for me, I always say, I want it to be that when you get to a place, they'll be asking you, where did you learn from? Are you joking? You know all this and everything like that. Because I keep saying it, we're a global employability academy. I am not trying to raise local champions. That someone will be sounding like siren, wow, because you want to be a champion in one local context of it. But when you now go to the global space, people are like, you don't know anything. So for me, I always say the standard we designed for is a global space. We didn't design for local context. So it is key that we are judging you by the standard of the globe, so that it does not matter where you carry that skill to. It has to still be relevant and like you can beat your chest and say, I know this thing. It does not matter whether I'm rendering the sovereign to someone in the UK, US, or Canada, or wherever. The standard is the same. That is what we strive for. And I know when you finish, you will get to that point where you are comfortable. It is not easy, but you'll definitely get to that point. Thank you so much, Rafiat, for, being a part of this. Now, let's go to the next thing on the agenda. We've done here this thing. Let's go to the skills application. And I'm going to spend a bit of time on this. And maybe Bumi will also contribute to this aspect. Now, skills application, all has been said and done. We have said, oh, this, da, 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 da. But please remember, bottom line. What is the bottom line? It is the ego, the money in the skills, right? I have seen some people graduate from this academy in technical scale, and they keep saying, I'm not ready enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. And you keep seeing them going to jump on one course to the other again. They will do data analysis, like they just did prayer management here. They will go and do another data analysis, another data entry, another cybersecurity. I see them, they finish from the academy. And sometimes when you even call their attention to it, that stop learning and go and practice first. They feel like you are trying to, I don't know. I don't even know how they feel. But I'm just saying that, see, what differentiates me from other people? Me. I learn small. I will implement like crazy. My friend did a program earlier in the year. It is called Business Growth Accelerator. That program had not finished. Come and see the way I was using to turn my business around, setting new KPIs. I was on a walking spree Saturday, Sunday. I said I will revamp the entire structure of my organization with what I was like. The program had not finished. Set new documentations of KPIs for everybody on my team. Knew this, knew that, HR policies, back. I was creating. With that knowledge, this morning we still set something. As in, me and her were chatting, she said, dearie, you use this BG. I said, babe, me. Any knowledge I get, I use. If you are telling me something the night and the morning, I've implemented it. I have implemented it. I don't wait. I can show you a chat on my WhatsApp where somebody sends me an application once. One, I call them, is my Ghana brother, meaning we went to Unleash together, Andrews, and we've been like brother kind of sister since then. Andrew sent me an opportunity that was closing June 30. He sent me on June 28th. He said, sis, this one, that one. I said, thank you very much. I feel that thing from June 29 night because I already had things planned for June 28th, Saturday. I feel it on June 29 night till 3 a.m. in the morning before I slept. Do you understand? Why am I saying this? I am not that kind of a person that just believes in acquisition of knowledge. I said, go and use it. Stop packing certificates, stop packing courses. Go and use it. Because you would always feel like you are not ready enough. At least for those that have gone through the program. If you are not finished, I'll say, please take your time and finish this thing. But I'm talking about you have finished the program. And your next plan is to go and say, I want to take cybersecurity. Stop. Go and apply it to, let me stop sharing this screen. It is time to go to LinkedIn and go and get work done. Go and get, if you've gone through WFS, right? You've gone through WFS, you have gone through, what's it called? Through this thing. There is not, see, it is time for you to what? To get this thing done. Because the opportunities are bound. Now, what is my advice for starting to apply? Please, I will advise that because you're a beginner and I am an employer of labor myself, I said, do not try to go and sell yourself as an expert to someone. Look for entry-level stuff. Don't go and look for expert because I say that is fraud. It can be deceitful when you go and start positioning as an expert when you are not an expert, you're an entry-level. That's I do not preach. I'm a global citizen. It is a deceitful and a fraudulent act to position expertise when you are a beginner. come here, go to jobs and find something that is at your level. Let's say project manager, for instance, right? Use the filter. This is 47,479. I did not even put industry. If you are going to do, put remote. Oh, show me only remote rules, 3K. Now, show me experience level. You take internship and entry level. For someone like Aziza, she can choose associate. Why? Because she has been doing project management in the actual sense, only that she had not learned it. Do you understand? So if you are that person that you have been doing project management, normal, you've been doing project management, you can choose associate. Do you understand? Because now all you have done is then learn the remote nature, as in the knowledge and the remote aspect of it. But if you have not, and you just translate, please, can you say internship and entry level? Click it and start from this place. Pick the internship, the volunteering, all those ones, pick it. And what? Volunteer for it. Can you say, note, this is a remote part-time volunteer. Please do not apply if you are only seeking paid employment. Important candidates must be able to attend bi-weekly donor development team meetings. Can you see it? It's more like somebody that is going to be a project manager for the MasterCard thing that we are currently offering. We are also trying to get a project manager on board for this MasterCard to manage the entire MasterCard project that we are trying to execute. By the way, there is something that is coming. As I was talking about something that we might be able to develop together, I'll probably tell you people about what we have in planning, and anyone who is interested in getting on the project, you please let us know in a volunteering or entry-level capacity. Let us know, but we have something that is currently being planned. It's called OG. It is Operation Get Employed. So it's a graduates initiative where we are trying to create a WFS version for graduates and like recent graduates or undergraduates. So it's called Operation Get Employed. It's supposed to be like a project where we are doing WFS. And the beautiful part of it is the fact that we are doing campus activations, meaning we are going to be working with doing activations in 4 Nigerian universities, offering them WFS at half the market price and at a subscription model. Technically, if WFS remains 100K, with a student ID card or a NYC ID card, they get it at 50K. And even in that 50K, they can get to pay 10,000 naira. Like there's a subscription model that we are introducing for that campus version of WFS, where we are doing, like they can pay 10,000 6 times, or they pay 50,000 at once. Aziza is probably one of the people that also supported or that's contributed to this thing. You may not remember, but a couple of months ago, Aziza came to us with this thing, and we talked about the various versions of WFS. She alongside some other students in the academy. And I told Aziza that I say, I'm a kind of person that when I get things from people, I take it back to the drawing board. So when MasterCard happened and we were going to do a university project, I definitely said, okay, this is the one that we are doing for the university. As I said, don't worry, even the one that we are doing for that's your local, government, this thing is still in the pipelines. It's just that Operation Get Employed has already started internally in terms of strategy and implementation, and it is already taking shape. So that is why I said that we are going to be needing extra hands, because technically it's more like how do I put it? It's a how do I explain this? It's not a profitable venture. Let me put it that way, as in actually offering WFS at that level. It's not a profitable venture in every sense of it. It's not a profitable venture, but again, we created this program to reach them at that level. So which is why we would need to get maybe even support on volunteering levels. Basically we need to execute the project, and our target is 10,000 youths in the next 6 months or maximum of 1 year, 10,000 undergraduates or like recent graduates, which is technically like NYC kind of level. Operation Get Employed is the name of the program. We'll be hearing more around it. Maybe from us when we launch it, we'll send an email for us to, and maybe there are some academics in this space that would like for us to probably even do some activations in their own university to please just reach out to us on how you would like to be a part of the project, and we'll be happy. But we are doing for Nigerian university, as in not university like higher institution. It may be a polytechnic, it may be a college of education, but higher institutions technically. And we started to work even on we are not going to be doing it on seller, most likely, because of the model that we want to implement, like the subscription as a subscription, that they can be doing subscription. So we have to use a platform that can give them access to some lessons, and they get to pay some, like we have to use a platform that supports that model. And yeah, it's a whole lot going on. We're already working with the developers. So the guy said it is not a profitable venture, but it is a very fulfilling venture for that particular age group that we are working with. So more around it will come. But start to hear about it. Operation Get Employed. It is pronounced OG for short, like OG. Operation Get Employed. So when you start to hear, my guy, you don't join OG. That's our latest skills development program. WFS for campus, something like that. So now let's go back. It is this volunteering work I saw that made me go into all this, working on a development project and all that stuff. Now you can see project manager, program coordinator, project coordinator, yada, yada, yada. So get into all these things for yourself, because it will help you. That's the first thing Hope did. Hope got into the creative project manager, Washington DC remote, $30. Some of those even remotes, as in there's no money kind of thing, is, see this one that they're even saying junior project manager. It's still like, do you understand? But I'm saying that one of the things that Hope did was to get the first one as a volunteering position. And she did it for about 3 months maximum. So while she was still doing the 3 months volunteering thing, it was in the US time zone. So why do I suggest that you do a US time zone? It is so that it doesn't conflict with your day-to-day or your 9 to 5. So technically a US time zone kind of work, you're probably starting it at 3 p.m. Nigerian time. If you are supposed to resume 9 a.m. US time, that is like a 3 p.m. So you would have done the bulk of your Nigerian work before you get onto that one. So please try to look for opportunities in the US time zone to start something and get on it. And it is doable. There are quite a number of alumni that has done this, and they are doing well. So do not, even if Evie, for instance, when she first traveled to Australia and transited into the full agile this thing, of course she didn't start doing the 10K immediately, but 2 years later we are interviewing her and she's saying, I cannot even collect 10K again. Do you understand? And all that stuff. Why am I saying this? That is not what she started with when she first got into that space and all that. So please take note that even if 10K is like, that's what I'm showing, that even this one that they are saying is junior. Look at this one now, it is 90K. Do you understand per year? This one now is like 65, and they are saying junior. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it is not like 10K is even far. Like, think about it. If we are calling junior at like 90K, that's technically about 8K in a month already. So please take note of that it is achievable, but you need to gain mastery. You need to gain mastery. So do not go and start taking on more than you can take. So someone like Bartholomew Appiah that has been doing projects on site, he should not even be clicking this thing. Should be click. That's why I say at that and this thing. Click associate level. Let me remove this entry. Click associate. See 166. Click associates. Can you say $45 to $55 per hour? Click those kind of things. Take short-term contracts. 3 months, 6 months. Short-term contract that will not listen. Can you see it? As I put associate, you are seeing 80K to 110K for associates. Why? They are already doing project management. So with this course, they can get into an associate level. But I want you to know that whether you are finding job, volunteering job, or you are finding normal this thing, in the US time zone, it is the same amount of application, same amount of stress you need to prove yourself. Because they know that many people need volunteering or internship this thing to establish themselves as having a portfolio in that region. So they give you the same. So because I've seen many people always feel like, why is this thing this stressful on top volunteering work? That is how it works in the US time zone. They don't cut you slacks. The application is not easier. Go and ask Hope, an ex-student. Like she was like, Doc, if it's like to get into a volunteer, she went through several stages of interview. I kid you not. Do not think because it is a volunteering free work, you will get it easy. And do not also think that you are expected to do less. Remember that you getting into that position is a proof of concept. It is for you to deliver outstanding work in such a way that by the time you carry that experience to another place, it is presentable. If you do rubbish work, you have just deceived yourself, because that rubbish work, you cannot carry it to another place. You will start again. You cannot do a portfolio of rubbish work. You have to show that you did work. So they are giving you an opportunity to use their project to show that you can deliver outstanding. In fact, if you ask me, I'll say do volunteering work better than you do normal work, because you have to prove something with that portfolio. So get it out of your mind. If it is, I'll just go and do one easy volunteering job. There's nothing like that. You need that US portfolio to prove a point for the next job. Please dedicate the same amount of time, energy in applying for a real job, in applying for a job that will not even pay you. Dedicate the same amount, and I trust me on this one, you will end up earning your dollars complete. I did volunteering work for Unleash full time. I organized an hackathon in Nigeria that had 30 this thing. You was using my data, organized, executed, wrote reports. But when it was time to use that experience to narrate at an interview for UN Live, my sister, I could defend that experience. So I collected my dollar last. Only that I first had to prove a point that I have handled that kind of cross-border projects before. So do not go and assume that I will look for a volunteering job and do anyhow. Don't try it. You will spoil your name and reputation. Don't try it. Even when people join my GMC to volunteer, then the first night I said, if your plan is to call me and think you will not do work, but you slap volunteer at the back of your distance, don't join me. Don't bother. Don't join me, because I would not endorse you that you did any work here. Don't try it. But there are some volunteers that join me then. For me, I remember she asked me for maybe a recommendation on it. I could, talk about the work. Same thing with Ghania. I could speak. I could write a proper recommendation letter for her to say she did this. Fun facts. One of the people I first used to test this WFS, Kunle, volunteered on the GMC 2021. That is part of what you use in getting a fully 5-year scholarship into the University Cincinnati. He's currently in the US. This is a study. $47,000 per year for 5-year sponsorship. Another fun fact, he got into the US. He told me, he said, Auntie Darren, that was last year. He said, Auntie Darren is my cousin. He said, Auntie Darren, God bless you for opening my eyes to this volunteering thing 3 years ago when I finished university. I said, what happened? He said, Auntie Darren, you remember all those things that you said I should do during this thing and I should put it out on LinkedIn to showcase that this thing? He said, that is how they were saying there was an opportunity within my school to do. You were supposed to be a delegate in Canada one-to-one. They said, Doc, I just applied for it. When they asked me to pitch that, have I done something in the education space to help humanity, yada, yada, yada before? So I just pitched that experience for GMC. Said, that's how they gave me fully sponsored Canada from my school to go and do that delegate. Say, it's Auntie Jerry, God will bless you. 3 years ago, you had that foresight. I said, it's because I have been in that space for a long time to have that foresight. To know that where work cannot carry you to enter, volunteering will carry you to enter it. I can tell you that for free. So please, I have to tell you all these things because no other person may tell you because they don't have that insight. Don't go and say, I will do volunteering work rubbishly. If you are starting from there, it doesn't end well. if you do it rubbishly. It doesn't end well, trust me, because what you really need from it is the recommendation. And no one recommends you when you do rubbish work. So that's the, of course, if you're a product manager, it's the same thing I just did like this for projects. You do the same thing, it's the same thing. Content, do the same thing. Product, hey, God, I beg. Project used to be ahead of product in terms of money. Now, you just see the same thing, and the only thing I changed was product, the same associate remote. You are saying 90K to 150, whereas that one you are seeing 90K to maybe 110. You'll be seeing product 150K. Are you seeing this product 100K to this thing? Like, it is just crazy money for product owners, designers, and all those things. You are seeing it. You are seeing it. Associate level. I did not say senior level. Associate. Associate. You are seeing it. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy money for product people. 133 to 184. Product manager, single seller. Like, it is just crazy. And I know it's product owners, but you will have brain, though. You must think through the end-to-end of the product, though. That's why I say, please, if you are starting, go and start with the one that your throat will not choke. Deliver on that one. Deliver on that one. Then you move to the one that, yes, you have, because when you start, there are two things that will choke you in even at entry level. The dynamics of working in an international space, you need to acclimatize to it, and the dynamics of the work itself. And I know this firsthand. The dynamics of working in the international space, speaking not language in terms of English, but understanding that dynamics. And then you are still trying to understand the dynamics of the new job. So you would need a whole lot of energy to get through that phase. So that by the time you now get through that phase, you're not looking for original work. That second original work, or the original work, you are no longer struggling with dynamics of working in the national share. You have mastered down through volunteering. So the only dynamics you are struggling with is now like doing the work. So it's less stressful. I hope you find this particular section useful, right? In terms of applying this thing, my brother and sister. Don't go and start doing course upon course. And people do it because they are afraid. They are afraid to launch into the labor market. They are really afraid. But I can tell you, do it afraid. Don't go and be using courses to mask your fear. Okay, I think I'm not ready. I still need to do data analysis. I think I'm not ready. I still need to do cybersecurity. My sister, my brother, you are ready. Go and get it done. Dedicate 2 weeks of your time to apply. Of course, make sure you have done WFS. If you are in this room, by chance, you enter this program, you did not do WFS, go and do WFS now. If by chance there's anybody here that they know, because in that remote space, like you cannot skip it. It does not matter if WFS is on. Go and get WFS and be self-studying it yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go and get it because you will need it. But use the knowledge of WFS, all those applications, your LinkedIn, everything, to set up, as in to do all the application, as in the knowledge on how to apply this. Use the knowledge inside WFS to do that one, and start, building all the things you did here. All the projects you did, the live projects. Use it to build a portfolio. Remember, if it was like you need to build a portfolio in your last system. Same thing your project manager, they say, build a portfolio that you can use to get into those volunteering jobs. Yes, it's indicated in the LinkedIn adverts. The screen I just shared, and did you see it? I shared that screen for over 10 minutes. It was indicated volunteering in that particular job. There's volunteering, this thing there. So wherever you want to see volunteering, it is always, if you ticked when you are doing that filter. Or was I not sharing my screen?
I think I had a network glitch, so I just came back. Sorry for that.
Okay, no problem. So please, that thing, if you want to find volunteering job, you may not search it, but if you do that filter and you do internship and entry level, they always place volunteering work in the place where it is entry and internship. That is where they always place volunteering work. So just use that filter and you'll find the volunteering work to get done. Now let me go back to the next thing on our agenda, which is a couple of announcements for you. Please, there are a couple of things we want you to join. Of course, you have a job board, this thing, our alumni, this thing, join it. Kingsley will typically post opportunities there that he sees. And of course, the internship program in such a place that if what's it called, Kingsley learns more about, finds internship opportunities in all this thing, you must, he will drop the link there for you to apply. Please take note that whenever he drops link, do not waste time. Most of those opportunities close within 48 hours. They close early. They really close early. So it is not like I will do it next week. By the time you click it, it has closed. So join those communities. And of course, if you want to access any of our other products and services, just visit www.itrainafrica.com/our products. itrainafrica.com/our products, and you will see a host of products. If you are here, you're an experienced person, of course, the GOP is what I would recommend to you. Thanks, some of you have started dropping testimonial on Google, but please, we us do it. Why? You see, all these MasterCard, all these Kinikon that we are now saying we want to do impact project, Operation Get Employed, and we are trying to look for another set of people to do funders and all those things. It is this kind of thing they will ask us to send to them. So how do, like for instance, now we are trying to look at how to get better stuff into the technical programs and all those things. If we do not prove that this thing is okay, they will not come on board to support us in this store. So please, we beg you, drop your stuff on Google where every public eye, like funders and all those things, can see it, so that we can then keep getting this kind of this thing to initiate projects that we really want to work on. We keep saying it that what determines the price of product at this thing is, can that product still break even? Meaning the cost of advertising and getting people to run it is what determines the cost, not this thing. And which is why I said that for the Operation Get Employed, is like MasterCard is the one that is using money to fund the marketing and everything for us to reach the ideal audience of youth. Because as a business, that 50K cannot even cover operation cost of the this thing. But whenever we are able to prove to people that are well-meaning that we want to get this, they can then support us. But we need to show that to them first, that it works. So we beg you to please go to Google and drop this thing there. For those of you, there's a particular project that we are currently executing. I know that, I think Moina would have reached out to some of you. We want to visit some of your locations, especially if you're in Lagos. We are getting a proper videographer. We'll get to your location. We are doing it for only 20 people for now in Lagos, doing video recordings and documentary. And I also told you about the other one that we are being asked from MasterCard to celebrate the Youth Day. So please, those are all the channels in which we are trying to use to collect feedback. Please drop on Google review like right now. Of course, if you are part of the people that you stay in Lagos and would like to be part of the documentary series where we are visiting alumni with a proper videographer, basically documenting their journey. It might be in their office, it might be in their home, whatever. But that project is also on, in addition to the existing Google this thing. And of course, the third one would be that we would like to have you spotlighted on our alumni series. So please Google review first. Fill out the post-test survey form. That thing is so important to us. Please, 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 please. The post-test survey form, it is part of our metrics. The pre-test and the post-test, please, we beg you, fill out the post-test survey form within 5 days of your completion of the program. Please fill it out, help other people to benefit from it. If you're already part of She Earns, please get your 20% on programs, this thing, meaning you tell somebody about project management as a She Earner, you get 20% of a project management program. Technically, the project management program is 200,000. So 20% of it is 40K that you will get from telling somebody that finally joins the program. So the fact that you are going to the project as in or product or content listing means that you qualify to affiliate for it. All you need to do is reach out to us through She Earns, sheearnsafrica@gmail.com, and voila, we generate an affiliate link for you for any of the technical programs that you want to sell. and give it to the person that wants to buy, and you get your 40K, which is 20%. So please be a part of She Earns. Talk to your people about it. And of course, we have the alumni and interview series I just talked about are the ways that we would like for you to this thing. Of course, your certificate, how can you get it? Complete your course, download it on Seller, and voila, you have your certificate. I always say thank you to my team every time. These people are trying. Do you understand? They are trying day, night, middle of the night. They are there to support you. And I always use this medium to say a very big thank you to all of them. This thing, Kingsley has a degree in education management actually from Benin. So is qualified, and not just that, he's also a teacher himself. Like he teaches something else, right? So he not only did in school, but he's also a teacher, so he understands the management of education. So thank you so much to my team for being the carriers of the vision for the Skill for Work Academy. Of course, on that note, we would still like to hear from you, any comments and whatever that you have. You can still use the raise hand button and we'll go ahead and unmute you. Dr. Adegoke, please go ahead.
Before he goes ahead, I think Shekina is here.
Who is here? Sekina is here.
Shekina.
Are you serious? I didn't know. Oh, Sekina, was she here when they were talking about products?
Yeah, she's here. Sorry.
Oh, please go ahead.
She's
Hi,
here.
doctor. Sorry, I didn't join early enough. It skipped my, like, I didn't even see it on my calendar. Sorry about that. I joined when the first project person was speaking.
Oh, your product people. Okay, the Adegoke is a product person. They have so nice things to say about, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The facilitators, the mentors and everything. Thank you so much. Sekina, this is our offboarding. So please go ahead and speak your words of support and whatever to the students. Please, we are still going to have that segment. I mentioned that we like when I was there, I was like the facilitators will also give you advice regarding industry. So we are having that after students speak right now. So please take note of that. If you like to reserve it to that point, or you first have something to say right now, Sekina.
Okay, I'm so sad I wasn't I wasn't in when they were speaking, but that's fine. I want to start by saying thank you so much. Thank you to the organizers of this, right? Thank you, Doctor. I won't lie. I myself, I see it as a refresher every time we do this, because some of the things that you don't really stop learning, even as a professional, right? I'm an early professional, yes, but some of the things that the students mention and all of that, you remember, and you're like, oh, okay, oh, that's true. I can apply this. I can do this. You even see it, refreshing you and letting you remember that, oh, you can do this way. So really, thank you for that opportunity on my part. And secondly, a few words to the product managers, because I would call you guys product managers. You're on the right path to becoming one. To be a product manager is easy and it's also difficult. It's easy in the sense that you just have to ensure that you lock in every day. You're like, okay, this is what I want to do. And to be fair, you're going to be like the boss of everybody and also the servant of everybody. I'm telling you how it feels every day when I go to work. You are sort of telling people how to do their jobs. They should know how to do their jobs. They should know what to do. But if you can't speak their language, you're going to be seen as a why is this girl just disturbing me? I have seen your mail. I have seen this. I have gotten your prompts. I will do it. But if you're speaking to them from a place of compliance, from a place of marketing, from a place of sales, from a place of technology, be able to understand. So you're going to, I said it in one of the community, you're going to put on so many hats, right? You have to ensure that you are able to relate to every single person you're talking to in the organization. While you're talking to your compliance team, talking to your legal team, you're talking to the even the MD sometimes. You're talking to the executive board, you're talking to so many people. They don't care that you're a baby or you are 40 years old or you're 25 years old. No, you just have to represent and you have to sell the product. You have to tell them this is the best thing that's going to happen to your life. And I'm telling you this because your users are going to love it. So having that in mind,
it should even give you a mind shift. Like you should know that an attitude shift in the sense that I have to own what I'm saying. I have to know what I am saying, and I must sell what I'm saying. So for you to do that, first of all, it's not just about building great features or products. It's about, living the product as well. Sometimes it's easy to say these things. And I know when I was also trying to transition into this role, I don't know if I told you guys, but I did not do anything tech or no code or whatever. I'm a science student as well with a master's degree in microbiology. But I'm making my living through, a technical space. I learned this in less than a year. I got the job and I started working. So many things I had to learn on the job. So you having a platform like this where you're even told the real life, like the nitty-gritty of what it is you're going to face. I mean, it's not something you come across anywhere. So utilize this opportunity in the way that you can only give you the tools, but you have to be the one to utilize it. Tell yourself, this is the reason why I paid, even if it was free. Tell yourself, this is the reason why I gave my time to this. I am going to ensure I am the best version of myself when it comes to this product management. It's very easy and it's very difficult. You're going to come across some clients that will drive you to the wall and you must not show it. You're going to come across some clients that will make you feel like, yes, this is why I did this. This is why I am doing this, right? So you must always translate that into your job, translate the passion. Remember, I always say, remember your why. Why did I do this thing? If it is for the money, please remember it every day. Money is not a bad motivation, right? But still, yeah, there has to be some level of passion to properly, give your, you might not give your 100% all the time, but to give your best. 80 is still fine, 90 is still fine, but you must give your best. Let them know that, okay, this product from inception to conclusion, because really these days you don't really see a product that ends or you don't see a feature. Most times you just keep developing. For example, look at the where WhatsApp started from and look at where it is now. It's never going to end. You just keep developing, you keep reiterating, you keep the product cycle keeps, going round and round. So when you have that, when you know that, you have to also keep developing yourself. You can't be who you were 5 years ago as a product manager. No, AI will come and take it. You'll become redundant. So you develop yourself. Honestly speaking, I feel like you should see it as this is just the first of like many things you're still going to learn. Develop yourself, join online forums. It's not, I mean, we all pay so much for data, right? But to be a professional, to live like a professional, you have to listen to other people that are making it in that field. Not because they're going to tell you what to do, but because there has to be a mindset shift. Like doctor said it, somebody said they can't collect $10,000. When she said it, I said, God, this has to be me very soon. Oh. I want to also be able to say I can't collect that money. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to work towards it. So always remember what is going to push you, whatever it is, be the best version of yourself. Professionally, please. I work with people that do not do anything, and you would just be like, how does your conscience allow you to take you at the end of the day, you get paid and then you've just not done anything? It doesn't, I mean, at the end of the day, they feel like, yeah, I mean, I'm being paid and I'm doing as I please, but it's the product and everything suffers, the process suffers. Your end users will complain. So many things will happen that are not supposed to happen. And then these things impact people's lives. I'm a product manager in a bank, right? I can imagine how frustrated you guys are whenever you open your banking application, you want to make a transfer and it's not working. We are the ones in the back end. We know what's going on. It's because someone dropped the ball, someone did not do their job, right? Everybody now starts running helter skelter. That's where you now realize, oh yeah, there needs to be a product manager. Because why didn't the developer ensure that not press what they're not supposed to press? They don't care. So while you're the one that's supposed to ensure that everything is working optimally, how do you want to tell the developer, no, don't here do this one, don't do this, if you don't understand what they are doing? How do you want to explain to the people that are making money, if you don't understand what they are doing, that, oh yes, I lost about 350 million naira last week because of the downtime, but we're going to recoup it. You will speak, you will talk, you will explain. You just have to ensure that you leave it so that you are not, there has to be some form of sincerity, and sincerity comes from ensuring that you know what you're doing and you are transparent in everything you're doing. And how do you even get to that place when you know you have to just be on top of everything? I was telling you guys during the community, like a lot of people just see it as product manager. Oh, it's a fancy role. You guys just, what do you do exactly? You don't really know what you do till you start, to be very honest. And right now, even as I'm speaking to you, every day I'm on LinkedIn, I'm looking to apply for better, higher paying roles. There are so many of them out there, but you have to start with something so that you have something, you start building your portfolio. You won't be where you were 5 years ago. You won't be where you are in 5 years' time, sorry. That's what it is. When it comes to these kind of roles, product, projects, content, you're just going to keep growing. Right? So I really, really hope you guys, anytime you're tired, because sometimes it does get tiring, anytime you're tired, just remember your why, that, okay, this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I want to retire by 45. Anything, whatever your why is, just grab onto it and ensure you're the best, professional you can be. I think that's what I have to say. So thank you very much, Doctor. And thank you all.
Thank you so much, Sakina. You've already done your own, advices thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Adego, before we come to you, let's just let Olubumi do this so we can switch the distance of doing students. Let's let Olubumi take
Hello,
his
ma.
own turn. Yes, please.
Bumi will be joining us back again soon.
Okay. Let's then go to the students list and then we come back to Bumi later. Then, so Adekeke, please go ahead with the final students listing before we come back to Bumi.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Shakina. Thank you very much. Although I missed two of our projects where I could not deliver my own part of this thing because the network was just fluctuating the last time. But I've actually taken note of everything Dr. I said, even though I've actually taken this during WFS, where you have actually told, I think the first three free version that you actually said, the reason why if you feel tired taking this thing, the reason why you should not feel tired. You should remember that something is pursuing you. They used to say it in our local language in Nigeria for the benefits of those who are not Nigerian, that if a masquerade is pursuing you, know that the way you are getting tired, so the masquerade that is pursuing you is also getting tired. So in the work environment, I thank God that I did my expertise in industrial and organization psychology, and my supervisor, Professor Eige, happened to be an expert when it comes to consumer marketing advertisement psychology. So when in WFS, when I did my skill mapping and gap analysis, I know I actually fit in studying product management. I actually did a thorough work. That's why when you are doing all this thing, you have to do a thorough work, just like you said it. For some of us that may be scared, this is a time that we should plug in. I already put it on our page that I will do a rework. While I'm doing that rework, I will optimize my LinkedIn and apply for volunteer experience immediately. I remember when I want to started my PhD, the first assignment our professor gave to us was to critique people's work. You know, I said, have you suddenly become a researcher like that? So that's how you get to learn. So you plug in, you make mistakes and you correct it. So if you are still fearing that I will still have to go and do one cybersecurity, one data analysis, you are in a long thing, no. Remember the data you spend. Remember how the money that you gather to pay for this course. Not remember, this is Nigeria, eh? You just have to start, gathering the experience. And I'm sure this is July. By November, I'm sure Prof will be reading massive testimony about us. So I want to give that thumbs up to our facilitator. I will reach out to Mrs. I personally, and I thank a doctor for this amazing work. Some of us just have this, this ego high to spot when you see good things, because some people will not be able to spot this. When they see, you just have to convince them that this is not those one of the course that you do at the end of the day that you won't get work. Say this is work in itself. And what I discovered that on my own personal research, most of Nigerian youth want something so easy that will be fetching them money. So when they see that this is work, you just have to put in all work, that all hand must be on deck. They just say, Wahala iṣẹ́ yẹn pọ̀. The stress is too much. You have to buy data, you have to sit down with computer, and they doesn't know that even to have a good reputation or to be known for something doesn't come easy. Doctor, look at how you begin. Look at that stages. Look at, I put it in one of our lessons that you had me in mind when you are doing your user persona for product management course. So look at all those steps. It doesn't just come overnight. So I would still encourage my colleagues there. So don't relent, even though you are yet to finish your course. Please go back to it. Just like I will start again tomorrow. I will start afresh and optimize my LinkedIn, apply for volunteer team, and start even if I don't get paid at once. I know the money will still come. But that experience, that knowledge, nobody can take it. Nobody can take it. Thank you so very much, ma, and God bless you abundantly. So we've came in into everything that you have sent for the extra that you added to this course, because this is the extra. It's not part of it, but you add it as an extra to us, the job board, alumni community, free access to product management templates, and the sites. So thank you so much, ma. You are really grateful on behalf of my colleagues at product management course.
Thank you so much. Is Bumi back here? Thank you so much. Is Bumi back? Bumi, are you back in the meeting? To then give your advice to the outgoing or the newest project managers in town. I'm not sure. I'm not sure
he's in the meeting, but he can't speak.
Yes, I get what you're saying. So that's fine. Yeah. Kingsley, let me hand over to you. Do you have extra information to pass the students regarding what you'd like for them to do after graduation, information and any other thing?
Okay, thank you, Ma. So, just like I shared with you all last week, when it comes to getting offers and in the remote space or even any environment you found yourself. Yesterday, while I was with Doc, she mentioned a lot of things about voluntary, and for real, is a real deal when it comes to putting yourself there. Volunteer first, because there's one beautiful thing about voluntary. It gives you networking space, it gives you connection space, it also gives you experience for you to be able to master yourself in what you are doing. Even when you are making errors, they will say, he's a volunteer, you get. But at that same time, you are working and you are learning. And that experience, you can also project it to your employers, can project it, use it to sell yourself and say, okay, I know that I just learned this course last year, but I volunteered to work with this firm, this group, or so person, you get. So that experience also gives you that agility, that motivation, or whereby you won't even be scared to work with a team or work with anybody, because you feel like, okay, I've done work with a team before, you get. So no matter how little it is, just volunteer. No matter how little the project is, even if the project is just to, we need a project manager to want to build one borehole in the community, go. Or maybe product manager, whatever, how little the product is, just put in that time, volunteer. There's no experience that is very little. Believe me, there's no that is very little. So then for the lending, Doc have said a lot about that. Try and update your lendings. Any information that I believe, Doc, I believe we have a course regarding lending optimizations, so that for those that might need it, can hop on that as well, so that you'll be able to be visible, so that you'll be seen. Then, most importantly, is in as much as that we are doing the offboarding, please don't relent to go and finish the course. Or when you are done taking the course, feel like you just take your step backward. It's a 1 year access, so always refer back. Take notes, it's very important. Take note. Then also research for more knowledge so that you can always be within the trend. One thing about this technology spaces that they work with trend. You get, I believe someone was saying about me being a project manager, project, either project or product, and taking this course, I feel like I thought I'm doing this, I have this skill, but not taking these courses. You get, so there are trends. It keeps updating. So don't just stay where you are yesterday. When you wake up, research, ask questions, join community, participate. You get, so that you will be in what how will I put, you'll be active when it comes to what you are looking for. So then lastly, please take our pre-test form. We use these forms to be able to also prepare what you want. You get, look at what you want and be able to say, okay, look at what is person, their motivations, and work towards the motivations and make sure that you reach, you achieve your goals, and be able to keep the program alive. So thank you very much, Doc. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the facilitators, Bumi and Sekinat, and every of my team members that on this call. Then lastly, you always know that I'm always here to support you. So whatever you need, just write me, and we'll find a way around it. So thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kingsley, for doing such an amazing work. Yeah, one support that has been very, very supportive to students all across this year since you joined us at iTrain Africa. Thank you so much, Kingsley, for being such a wonderful support to everyone at the Academy. And I think that's all I have to say to you today. Please, 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 in my language, you would say, don't put it on your left palm. Don't use it to eat. Do you understand everything we've said here? Because we are in a merry congratulations and all those things more, but sometimes people just forget all this advice and they run away and go and start doing something else. Please, because this is the third batch of technical program. I see them on LinkedIn. Some of them, I see what they go and start doing with the knowledge they have. They want to show that they are experts. So they would take the knowledge on this course and go and be using into position. And I stop them, as in, for some that I really like, they have a good rapport where I would really say, are you trying to position as a teacher of project management, or you are trying to get to be a project manager? Because all you are really trying to do, you just learned. And there are so many of those things online when people want to start being teachers without having experience. It doesn't make sense to me as a person. You don't have experience, you want to be a teacher. So what they do is they will take Trello and say, my something, they start to, let me walk you through Trello. Let me walk you through Jira. Like they go and start using to post for a second and ask yourself, do you think you get hired by showing how you can walk through Trello on LinkedIn? That is Google knowledge. That is on YouTube. Anybody can walk through Trello on YouTube. You show that you can actually get hired at Premier from project execution, not the number of tools you know. Please, I have seen it happen so much that students will finish and become teachers of project management, what they are just learning. And I'm like, stop it. Stop it. People can smell, they can see through your fluff. They know you are not an expert. So you are trying to cover it up by taking Google knowledge and be positioning with it on LinkedIn. Get to work. Do the work. It is when you have done the work, you can now come and start talking about the work, not about knowledge of project management. And something Kingsley said to me, as typically I will even talk about it a lot, which is our GOP program, which is if you're an experienced person, meaning someone like Bartholomew, for instance, Aziza, who have experience in what they have done, maybe like in project management, product management before, but they didn't have that particular structured stuff. And they came to take this program to have that. That means those ones that I said that you can get to the associate level, like you can apply at the associate level, not at entry level. You may want to join GOP to then position yourself for that kind of associate work opportunities. Because for you, someone like Bartholomew that is already doing project management, like on site, on construction, there is experience to position. So combining that experience with what he just finished going through is a mad positioning this thing. So all the probably just needs is GOP to then think about how to build that kind of positioning profile, which is what the GOP can do. But anybody that is here that is an entry level technically, meaning you didn't have previous experience in it. Let me explain that well. Someone like me, when I joined UN Live, I had experience in coordinating. So I was global program coordinator. So even if I didn't have a degree or anything, any this thing. I had the experience from running businesses and everything like that. Do you understand? So for someone like me, I will not apply. I did not work as an entry level, right? I did not work as an entry level because I had the experience, right? So what I probably just don't need is knowledge structure. Okay, this is what this one should come before this one. I had experience to work. For someone like that, all I needed to do was build a LinkedIn profile, personal as in, and all that using my GOP method to position and get the opportunity. So if you are such a person, you are welcome to GOP. But if you're a beginner in this field, please do not near my GOP because there is nothing to position. You don't have field experience that we can work with. So if you're interested in the GOP, I don't know. I'm so happy today. And something is telling me that what I'm about to say, I will regret it because I don't know if Moina is even in this meeting or this thing, who is our sales thing. But I don't know. I feel like if you are in this meeting and you fall into that category of Bartholomew and you've not taken GOP before, the full price of GOP is 268,750. But if you are such a person and you need it at this time, for only 5 people, I can help Mina to generate like a 200K price for GOP for those 5 people that decide to take it first. So it's you specifically use that link. So it's more like, let me say, the 68,750 or whatever it is that is on top of it goes up. But please, it is not transferable. That I say, it was coming to my mind to do it right now. Then I said, like, I've never done this. I didn't even think about this. But as Kingsley was talking about this now around, if you are such a this thing around, I believe you have a course. It just came to my mind. And I'm the kind of person that when something comes to my mind to do, I just blot it out. I'll think about the logistics later. And also, if you're that person, you are in this room and you consider yourself as that person who needs the GOP, for the next 36 hours, I will ask my team to generate a link that is like GOP at 200K specifically for you to use to pay for it. And no, you don't have to join this. GOP started yesterday officially. We did the onboarding yesterday. So even if you're not ready to join this batch, you can use that link within the next 36 hours, get it, and join the future batch and everything. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be this batch. It just occurred to me. But please, that link will only work for 5 people. Or maybe what I would do is I would maybe I ask Mujib. Here is what Mujib is going to do. I will ask Mujib to probably generate a coupon code on Seller that I was going to say maybe we use a transfer option so that I don't have to go through that. But then there might be someone in this room that is not Nigerian that can't do transfer. So I will just ask Mujib to probably create a Seller link that is just that 200K or $200 for GOP, and Kingsley send it to their technical group. Please take notes. That link is only valid for 36 hours or for 5 people, whichever one comes first. 36 hours or 5 people if you need a GOP. And yeah, that is what I'm going to do for your batch. And I say, and no, it doesn't extend to the next, but it has never been done in the previous batch. Nothing. As that is here, she has paid in full for this thing for GOP. It just occurred to me like right now, not because I was thinking about it before, but I think I'm in such high spirit about the togetherness of this batch. Like, there has been togetherness, people trying to support people a lot. And I really like that. I like togetherness. I like togetherness. So Aziza, go ahead. Aziza raised up her hand straight and said, hey, Doc, what were you thinking? Aziza, no.
Doctor, I'm jealous now. I'll get.
I said that I'm sure by the time Moina is not in this meeting, so by the time they go and tell Moina, I'm sure Moina will be wondering what happened, as in, what was I thinking, as in, how did that come about? And it just popped in my mind like right now, and I said, you know what? I'm going to say it and do it. So do not worry, it's not happening again. It's just something that popped in my mind. So if you're that person, please take note. It is either 5 people or 36 hours elapses that can take that thing. So I'm going to set up the link in such a way that it is only 5 people that can use it. And we bring it down after 5 people have used it. please, you cannot go and give the link to an outsider or something. Do you know what I'm saying? There has to be someone that was in this technical batch that we are enrolling if you use that link. So it is not a transferable stuff to another person. Thank you so much. I don't know if Bumi is available now to give his farewell to project managers before we round off. But if he's not, it's fine. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been an amazing 2.5 hours with you. Okay, Bartolomeo up here. Please go ahead. Bartolomeo, please go ahead.
Thank you, Doctor. As I said during our workplace foundational skill that I was actually looking for something, and I kept following you for over 2 years, finding out what I'm looking, whether I'll get it. And I finally realized that I could get it from this platform. That's why I registered for WFS, and from there I joined the tech. And I said that because of that, I decided that whatever program that is being running, I have to go through all systematically, because I can see that whatever I'm looking for, I can get it. You know, because some of it carry some vision that it need interconnection of some disciplines for us to be able to implement them. And I see what you're doing is like a model of the same thing I've been conceiving in my heart over the years. Because I particularly had a problem with African education system, for many years. But looking at the level we are operating,
yes,
there's nothing we can do about it. One of the things I look at with the education system is that you gather students at the university or college or whatever for 4 years, only to teach them how to read and answer questions and print certificate and give it to them, and call them engineers, accountants, doctors, lawyers, and whatever. But the thing is that Africa has a problem, because the white who developed the education and came to Africa and taught us here, now you go into their continent, the education system is far different. So, okay, if what they taught you, if what they taught you here is good, why are they not doing the same thing in their country? So you can see the problem of Africa. Our attention has been on one, speaking and certification, above practicality and then skill or expertise. And that is the reason why Africa keep on dressing back. And this is some of the things I've seen in African education. So I was developing something in my heart, what I can bring on board to help, though other universities are trying to do well, but still not to the point what I see. And I Train Africa is exactly the picture, what I have in my heart. What do I mean? Look at a student in the classroom for 4 years. They learn how to, let me take engineering for instance, or architecture. They taught them some theoretical aspects. At the end of the day, they can't design. I see many architecture students who graduated, they can't design. Yet they graduate them. Then they give them certificate as an architect. Okay, you never train the person how to design. You only give the person information. Information and education are different things. Education means training, okay? But then information precedes the training. You have to give the person information, just like a walkthrough. So they carry them in the university classroom for 4 years and just do walkthrough with them and leave them out like that. Then they give them certificate to come out. They come out, they can't perform because it's a walkthrough for all the 4 years, a wasted life and wasted destinies. And that's why I've been okay from decade upon decade. And I get serious problem with it. You see, but you know, Africans, many people have been close, so they don't even know the problem with education system. So they come out from university boasting how they get master, they get 2 masters, they get 2 degrees, whatever. But then I said that, okay, if that's the case, you only give them information and graduate them. On the certificate, you have to state categorically that this person have been taken through the information of architecture. Because it's not your architect. Information, but they put the architecture. It's wrong. And they too believe it, and they go out that the architect. But then, for some of them to make it, they have to go under another renowned architect for years. So why they can't integrate that thing in the university education? That whatever topic we brought on board will come out to show you. So one, why university can't integrate with, if university doesn't have a project to practicalize it, they have to get companies, entities on board as their partners, where any topic they bring out, if that were going on, they carry the student there to go and do it. Any topic you handle, you go and do it. So by the end you come out of architecture, you'll be able to implement. To me, you should not be graduated as an architect if you have not designed and has been implemented it. You shouldn't be graduated as an architect. To me, that is what I see education. So that's the problem I have with African education. So I've been consistent. So when I see they enter this, I feel so happy. I feel so excited. You see? And one of the things I'm also looking for that I see this, I want to ask, which of the program I can get this? Like to write a project proposal and win in a convincing project proposal and actually win it and bring it to a place, you know, looking at the need of the area, you find donor and write it, get it and bring it and begin to improve society and communities is one of the things I want to do. So I want to find out which of the courses here I can, other GOP, where can I find this? Because I want to, this one of the things my heart I want to do too. Because there are a lot of places in Africa, I have something in heart I want to do there. It's one of the things I want to do. And for content creation there, it's a must, you have it here because I'm looking for content too. Yes, I have seen it here, so there's no question on that. I will directly enroll in content creation after this, but I want to get that course too. There are a lot of projects I have to do, especially in this country, in Liberia. Yeah. I'm looking for that one too. I don't know how to get it.
There's one of my friends is Goto. Goto is his name. He's Liberian. It's we've worked together closely before. It's like, in fact, he has helped me to get one payment from Liberia in the early years of Nigeria in Africa. So that's the thing. As in, a lot of people have been asking me regarding this particular course. I said the closest course I have to it that I ever thought, let me find that slide, that I ever thought like applying for stuff like grants or, you know, proposals. The closest thing I have is this business grant application program. I don't even sell it. As in, how do I mean? Like, I'm not even, like, it's there as a self-study course. Will I even call it the, you know, the way I record all those, this kind of courses are workshops. So I recorded it in a live class where we walk through business grant application for the Tony Elumelu Foundation, and there was one other application. I've forgotten. Kai. So I took two powerful applications and walked people through it on how to apply, because for me, I don't know how to beg. So I always go for things I can win on merit. I have never been a proposer kind of person. Like write proposal, because if it's how to write proposal, it was covered on WFS, right? But I have never been a proposal, come and submit proposal. Like, I have done it. It didn't pan out well. Like, you know, you submit proposal to high places, so to what's it called, the BOI, Bank of Industries, yada yada yada. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I do not see it, and that is me being honest with you, because a whole lot of people that used to invest their money in CSR, they don't do it anymore. It has become, how do I put it? It can become a profit-based venture, even when it's supposed to be CSR. Meaning, when you go into, and this is me, I will withhold certain names. I'm talking about even big telcos that I've had interaction with, in them saying, let's support us in this. Because again, like I said, we created WFS primarily for people at the entry and, you know, workforce, so that it can reduce the rate of unemployment. But we realized that the people that could pay for what's at least a fraction of it that could even cover marketing and operations are maybe people that are already working in the minimum. So in our initial stages, we tried to say, oh, let's talk to well-meaning telco and all those big stuff. But I realized that was not a great approach for me, because it now became a conversation of, okay, so if we give you this, how many people will you give this SIM to? How many of those SIMs do they use to buy data for 10 years? And I'm like, this is supposed to be CSR budgets. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I realized that it is not my approach. Maybe some people have mastered it in terms of how to get money from supposed this thing through proposal, but I have not figured it out in the African markets. And that is my honest truth. I have asked people, like, and what they keep telling me is, they don't really do CSR again. No. And I'm talking about telcos that are even beyond Nigeria, as in big telcos that I've had conversations with. And I realized that it has all become a monetized CSR about what are we getting back from this thing. So I stopped all that approach of sponsorship, sponsor me. I went straight to what was my core strength. What is my core strength that I've been using since 8-9 years? It's applying for merit-based funding that they've already put out as we want to invest our money in education or invest our money in this. It aligns with what they want to do. They've already put out notification. Oh, we have one EdTech fellowship. It is 100K. We have one Kinikon. Like the one I told you that my Ghana brother, that's Andrew sent to me. It's an African Union something for education. It is $50,000. It is already set aside that is what they want to use it for. I know that is my strength. I know how to pull through in those kind of applications. It is my core expertise. Do you understand? When it comes to application for those kind of things, I already know that the core of why you establish that fund is for what I am doing. So it reduces my wahala, because if I dedicate time to write about what I am doing, I will win it. And that is how we got into the MasterCard EdTech Fellowship that gave us $100,000 there. We're now saying we want to implement Operation Get Employed. And that is the approach I would recommend to anybody that is trying to get into this space. Learn the skill of application and all that stuff. And as I said, the closest thing that you would find that is the business grant application. I think I recorded that course 2-3 years ago. I've had people buy it. I don't have support on that program, as in on the course. It's a self-study course. Buy it, use it to prepare this thing. But there's also a caveat. It also means that you must already have what you have built to put forward to apply for it. Even if I know how to apply for these things and win them a lot, in the last 3 years, while I was building Skilled for Work, I stopped applying. MasterCard EdTech Fellowship that we won this year, I saw it 3 years ago when they did the first batch. There are some people that I know, like Niger startups, that got into it then. Why didn't I apply despite my expertise? I am expert enough to know that my solution wasn't ready for that. I was still in the testing and building phase. So what it simply means is you need to build something that gains traction before you come and put it forward for this kind of stuff that you are applying for. Many Africans have turned granting and all those things into a money-making venture, not because they are building anything that actually solves the problem of Africa. And I'm just thanking God that well-meaning organizations like MasterCard Foundation are seeing through that fluff and putting their money in solutions that actually work for the problem that we have identified on this continent, right? So, and those opportunities are endless. So that would be I just gave you a free clarity session on the approach I feel you should go. I don't think sending proposals to these people is the right approach. Get yourself to a place that you bring value on board. There's value. Then you learn the skill of applying for programs that already say, this is where we want to put our money. Because in that case, it is easier for you to get funding for it in that space than be begging people that will be telling you, so what is in it for us? And I'm like, this is supposed to be CSR. So iTrain Africa is a social enterprise. I keep re-emphasizing it. What it means is we have iTrain Africa registered as a foundation and limited. Why? Because I realize I hate to beg. So for me to run a successful foundation, I need to fund it. So I need to ensure that I also have the business sense to fund the impact I want to run. So I built something that is worthy of people putting their money to say, let's support you. So even if we've been running with our money and all these things all these years to build it up to this place, we now have something solid that we can put forward so that when we want to launch Operation Get Employed for 20,000 students, that is not going to be profitable. At least we build something strong enough to get to that point that we can get 100K to run that kind of project. That would be my advice to you on this. And I can't wait to actually see you become part of this of the problem solvers in Africa, not the people that are contributing to the problem. Okay, you're welcome. I see. Thank you, Doc. Yeah, we are a social enterprise, actually. So please, if there's anybody that has any contributions regarding employed, which I talked about earlier, please, you can, reach out to us via DM, that's WhatsApp DM, or via email, whatever it is that it may be that, oh, I'm in a university environment, I think I can, hook you up with whatever, as in different angles. I just give you an overview of what the project is like. It's supposed to start, the campaign, the marketing campaign will start in about 2 weeks, but the whole program itself will launch in August, right? And then we will do a whole activation across this thing. And then the program delivery will probably start in October. So we have this quarter to do the activations, marketing, and everything of it. So if you'd like to just be part of it, let us know. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah.
Hello, ma.
Kingsley, yeah?
Yeah, the link is ready now. So for the GOP.
Okay, the GOP link is ready, as in the 200K one.
Yeah.
Do you want to drop it in the comment section, or how do you want to do it?
So I will be dropping it here as well, also sending it to their colleagues as
Their
well.
community.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
You can drop it in their community then, so that they can use that for. Please also take notes. I don't know if it's Mujib that created or whoever it is. Please, once you have received 5. Okay, Moina, okay. Once she has received 5 payments on that link, she should shut it down. Please help me tell her that she should shut it down. Or after 36 hours, whichever one comes first, she should shut down the link. Thank you so much, everybody. And enjoy the rest. And please, Batty, Lomi, another thing I would advise you, because you already know you have this vision, ensure you start to build a LinkedIn for a founder. Like, start to build your profile on LinkedIn that represents the vision you are trying to chase. Because when you get to that point that you need to start applying, they will check you out. I can tell you for free, when all these applications I put in for, the first place they check is the founder's profile. That's before they ask you for the company, any social media, they ask for the founder's LinkedIn profile. So it has to be reflective of that. As in, I just occurred to my head to add that to that. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a very good evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Doctor. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
See, in my destiny like this. See.
Yeah, bro.